Good morning, everyone. Pardon me, technology was not on my side for today, but here we are, ready for today's lit workout. So, if you didn't see the description, we've got one move today that's definitely weighted. We're going to find a press towards the front after a squat. But if you wanted to, you could also hold on to a weight to make things a lot more challenging with some knee drives. So go ahead and grab some weights that you might want to use for today and start to march. Just gonna check in on technology here at the front one more time. We've got a 4 move circuit. We're going to do each move for 42 seconds. We're slowly working our way up to that longer circuit. I know, we're so adorable. All right. Uh, so 42 seconds of work, 18 seconds of rest. That's life. Woot woot. Come into a nice little lateral side to side step tap. See if you can even actually tap your toe behind you. If that's really challenging, just keep bringing your feet side to side. But when we get that tap of the toe behind, a little bit more of a stretch into the hips. We got just about 15 more seconds. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Feel free to swing your arms. Awesome. Let's come into a knee drive march. Just starting to warm your body up, getting to keep your arms down by your side. This is basically one of the moves that we're doing today. We'll hang out here for just about 20 more seconds, and then we'll warm up those hamstrings too, the back of the legs, with just a little heel dig kick forward. So you're just going to kick and alternating heel forward. You can keep your hands by your hips, or maybe you warm up your shoulders just crossing one arm over the other. Great. Can you bring a smile to your face? Seeing how absolutely bright my pants look on this video feed. Awesome. Go ahead, quiet your feet. Give me a couple really big shoulder rolls up, back, and down. It is very hot here, very hot in our nation's capital. I do apologize as I will be keeping the air conditioning on today as the heat index rises above 100. Okay, move number one. First 40 seconds of work. 42 seconds. We're gonna go for arms up overhead. Arms up overhead is already gonna bring our heart rate up a little bit more. You're gonna move at a pace that's right for you as you drive your knee up and touch your knee with your hand. So you can keep this really nice and slow. You can plant your foot and take a moment and then drive the alternating knee, or you can make it a little bit faster. If you're holding a weight in your hand, really just think about not letting the shoulders get super sad. Be honest with yourself too. Because if things get a little bit too tired, you might have to stop. You're going to feel it in your core a lot more too. If you use a weight in your hands, even if it's just a water bottle, it's something to think about. Let's get started. We got 4 rounds, 3 rounds in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 32 seconds of work. Each time that knee drives, using the exhale. Holding onto the weight, I'm going to go a little bit slower than I would without the weight because I also want to make sure that I'm not just throwing the weight down, that I'm moving with control. As you start to really feel better about the movement, though, of course, you can go a little bit faster. Your knee might be driving not quite as high as mine. Take a break. It might be driving higher. Next, we've got that squat to press. Ooh. All right, starting with just holding a weight at your chest, feet about shoulder width distance apart. We're going to go for a squat. Weight in your heels, stand up, press forward, elbows stay close to the body on the way back. Let's do it together. So weights in your heels, you're sitting yourself back. You're feeling a stretch on the backs of the thighs and the glutes. You stand yourself up forward. You don't have to go that slow. I just really want you to think about bringing your hips back. And as your hips come back, chest is staying up as much as possible. So as my hips go back, I'm not intentionally just bringing my belly towards the thighs, because then you lose a lot of what can really be happening in your squat also. So you got that big squat, heels in line with toes, knees in line with hips, and let press forward, draw back with the elbows at the top. Yay! Next move is a plank. Two options for the plank. If you're not ready for a full plank and you're here on your knees, you can stay on your knees, come up onto your knees, find that big check mark, really push into your palms, and then send your glutes all the way back to your heels for child's pose. You can either get started right now, the timer beeps, going from this modified plank to sending your glutes back towards your heels, or you can come into a plank and then just bend your knees, bringing your biceps closer towards your ears, a little back it down. So not quite down dog. If that doesn't feel good for you, remember knees can come down towards the floor. We got 2 more times to move through this. So think of round 1 as like a warm up. Even though the moves might change a little bit from round 1 to round 2. Yay! Take a moment if you want. You can shake your hands off. Next, we're going to go for a little back leg lift. So we'll just alternate between the legs, starting with my right leg out, intentionally turning that hip down. I'm just going to lift the right leg up, tap it down, bring the knee in, extend out, keep the hip down, inhale, lift, exhale, lower, bring it back in. Working the glute, working a little bit of the back, equal pressure through your hands, palms on the floor. Maybe a little extra pressure also into your thumb and your pointer finger. Elbow creases should shine towards each other, and you're really pushing into those hands, palms. Your back is nice and tight. You're getting the range of motion that works for you. Awesome. Shake it out. We're coming to stand back up. We're coming right into those knee pulls. One more time in 10 seconds. If you need a quick sip of water, grab it, but plan to hydrate after class. If you're using a weight, that light weight, arms up overhead, just alternating your knee drive. So we're getting a nice front lat raise, getting into those abs. You can make this as cardio as you want, especially if you don't have weights in your hands. Maybe even go for a little bit of a double, just moving a little faster. If you want to try and add in the element of a hop, we got a little bit more hoppiness here. So it's a little bit more cardio, but I don't feel my abs working as much as I did when I had the weight in my hand. So it's really up to you. Take a break, how you're structuring the workout. Both are great things to do. Oh, we're still standing. So we've got our squat to that forward press. Weight by your chest. It's not the weight I was using before. There it is. Okay. So squat down. Take a moment, even look down. Your heels are invisible behind your toes. You're really stretching your glutes back. Feel that stretch on your glutes and your quads, your hip flexor even, and then press yourself up through your heels. Awesome. So now we can move a little faster, but you have that goal of what it really feels like. This weight is way too light for me to activate. And really find the squeeze with your hands here. You're squeezing in the heads of your dumbbell or the sides of your water bottle, if that's what you're using. Weight is in your heels and your glutes keep going back for that squat. We're coming back down to the floor for sure. We got another round of either your child's pose plank, or maybe this time instead of the rocket dog, you stretch your back out from a full plank into a down dog. All right, here we go. So options are either staying right here, coming into that plank, and then sending glutes back towards your heels, or coming forward into your plank, sending hips up towards the sky. You can still have a very generous bend in your knees, but we're just staying a little bit higher this time. I got my feet closer together than I did on the last round. And as your low belly comes back towards your thighs, your biceps come between your ears. Engage your lats. So squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Don't just let shoulders come up towards your ears. We're almost there. Bring your knees down towards the floor. Next up, we've got some bird dog. So we're going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, and then bring elbow and knee together to crunch. Make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. Push into your hands, palms, low belly drawn in tight. Think about internally rotating your hips a little bit. Don't have enough room. So that you're not like rotating out, but your thighs are gently coming in towards each other. And we're just doing the best with the space that we have today, right? With the space that we have today, with the body that we have today. Very normal. If one side maybe feels a little bit easier, maybe one side feels a little bit tighter. This is my tight side. Oh, it's the right side. We got one more time through each of our moves after we finish this. Awesome. Make your way back to your feet. Last time through. Starting off once again with those knee pulls and the overhead raise. It's hot. It's early. Inhale your arms up. Here we go. Belly pulled in, challenging your balance. Use that exhale to really access those abs. Even if you're going for that more cardio version, still keeping that exhale as your knee drops. I am going to drink a glass of water the size of me when this glass ends. It's amazing how much exercising when it's hot really does become a bit more of a challenge. Take a break. So just make sure that you're staying in control of your breath. As you stay in control of your breath, anything is possible. But if you're really finding a lot of shortness in your breath, take some more breaks. Cool yourself down. Drink some water. Wrap a cold towel around your neck and shoulders. Here we go. Finding that squat. Really send your glutes back. Lift yourself up. Press your hands in. Arms come forward. Let's even take a little rotation here. Last round, we're at our most warmed up, adding a little bit of an extra challenge. Don't let this weight at your chest pull your chest down. So many things are actually working at once here in this round. And you only need to go as low in the squat as works for your body today. So maybe that's right here. You feel it in your quads, you feel it in your glutes. And then as much 12 and 6 as you can create rotating these weights. Yay, come on down to the floor one last time for either your child's pose into plank or down dog or rocket dog, any combo you want to do. Set yourself up. Find that extra pressure into your thumb and your pointer finger. You're going to hang out for a couple breaths in the plank. Because this is for me where the real challenge is. I find being able to send your hips up for a second. Down dog is still challenging, but the plank is the most challenging part. So don't not challenge yourself is what I'm saying. You know, hang out in that more challenging part, even if it's an extra half of a second before you decide, I'm going to be nice to myself. You know, be your own Sour Patch Kid in this workout. Great. Go ahead, bring your knees to the floor. All right, for this next one, you can either stick with the leg extension like we did the first round, the bird dog like we did the second, or I'm here to suggest mountain climbers. I know, it's our last round together, but let's go for it. Even if you're on your knees, you can draw one knee up at a time towards your triceps. Maybe you take a challenge of coming back into that plank though, drawing your knee towards your tricep. Maybe you even just move through your plank. So I'm extending one leg back and then the other, bringing one knee down, finding that tap. I'm getting a little bit of everything. A little knees on the floor, a little extra time in the plank, but there's a lot more consistent challenge into the chest, pressing the floor away, into the back being so strong. Yay, bring your knees down to the floor. Fred's very proud of us. Open your knees nice and wide, send your glutes back towards your heels, walk your hands forward, relax your head down towards the floor, stretch your arms as far towards the top of your space as your shoulders enjoy. If you want even more, press the pads of your fingers into the floor. And if you want less, take a generous bend of your elbows. We're in a really gentle inversion here. It's going to help to bring your heart rate back down, but slowing down your exhale will also bring your heart rate back down. So bring the focus back to your breath. You've got this. Relax. Long, slow, deep inhale in through your nose. Slow exhale out through your nose or mouth. Start to walk your hands in. If they were still extended forward, press yourself up into tabletop, walk your knees in, give yourself a couple cat cows right here, really pushing into your hands, palms, lifting your chin, lifting your chest. And then exhale, tucking your chin, tucking your chest. Now I wish we did do a fourth round. I encourage you, if you have time at home, to just rewind the video, do a fourth round. Maybe you do all 3 rounds over again. Ooh, I tell you though, this feels really good, finding this little shift of the body side to side and a little tabletop. All right, go ahead, tuck your toes under. Take a moment and lift your knees up off of the floor, push into your hands, palms, shift your shoulders forward, and then exhale, send your glutes up towards your heels. Awesome. So proud of you for coming into that bear for just a minute. Go ahead, pedal through your heels. Ooh, it is so hot in here. Awesome. Start to walk your hands towards your feet, or your feet towards your hands. Make your belly and your thighs touch. So as generous of a bend in your knees as you need to for your belly and your thighs to touch. And then check out if there's like a lot of rounding in your back. You can hang out with that rounding for a second. Nice to like separate the shoulders. And then find that proud lift forward of your chest. You'll feel your low back lengthen a little bit. And then as you exhale, you can lift your hips up towards the sky. Take a nice big inhale. Find your length through the crown of your head again. Take the wrinkles out of your neck. So chin neutral to your chest. And then exhale, relax down towards the floor. Take a couple breaths here and relax in your breath. If you feel stressed in your breath, you do not need to go any deeper. You need to find your relaxed breath. And once your breath is relaxed, you'll be able to open up more into the stretch. But in the meantime, just go where you can breathe. Awesome. Weight back towards your heels. Slowly, gently roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Stack your head over your heart, over your hips, over your heels, and stretch your fingers all the way down towards the floor. Palms by your side. Turn your hands, palms forward, thumbs out, and inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward, lift your chest, shoulders away from ears. Take a big inhale as you draw your elbows towards each other. And then exhale, hands, palms back up to the sky. Bring your fingers down by your side. And shake it out. We did it. Awesome. We got up, we got moving, we did something. And we'll do more later. I'm really proud of you for coming and joining me today just to get this great lit workout in. If you have time, will you repeat it? Let me know. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day.